Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to present to you and formally introduce Bob, Cos, and Arthur, the Play No Games podcast.
It's your favorite podcast. When we talk about real life and exchange a few laughs, we sticking to our path. When you find understanding, just know that that will never last. We ain't here to play no games.
What's poppin', you guys? It is CB, Cartier Bob. Cartier without the bracelet. Baba Tony on the track today. And we come to bring you another wonderful selection from the greatest podcast in the Pacific Northwest. The Play No Games. And I have friends.
I'm Arthur.
And down here, we have Cos, who has morphed into a dog, because this is for all the dogs, you know what I'm saying? This is that kind of an episode. If you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe. It's free, it's easy. It really helps us out. It really helps build and share the story of what we're trying to do. But if you really see, you see what happened when y'all put that energy and effort. Drake got another #1, and that leads us to being on the charts. So, $ cash hero Bob. If you like what we're doing.
This is the first segment of the show, per usual. You know how we do. Big dog in the building. Rough. It's the Play No Game segment. It could be positive, negative, informative. It could be anything about your day. All you have to say is, I'm ready to play no games about this. I'll go first. And I'm going to talk about this WNBA Finals. Cost $5 is on the line. And you know what's up right now? Vegas Aces is 3-1 right now. But I just love the notoriety and the recognition that this game has gotten, and it's continuing to get. But it's took forever, you know. I think it's important that people recognize and understand that when it comes to sports, they're sports, and it's not like only certain things can be notable. Like, man, we need to begin to recognize all sports, from rugby to lacrosse to water polo, whatever the case may be. And begin to recognize sports. People investing time, money, effort, their life into these things. Like those need to be recognized. And so I'm happy women's sports are finally beginning to get recognized. Not only from Vegas Aces to Iowa Hawkeyes had this sellout crowd in the football stadium a couple days ago for their preseason game. I think they had over 55,000 people in the stands watching the game, and they played right on the football field. They rolled out so like being able to finally get the notoriety in some of these things. It was the first time ever in gymnastics that it was 3 black men were on the podium, and that was the first time it's ever happened in gymnastics. And even to go back to Simone Biles took home 24 gold medals this year, dominating.
That's a drug test waiting to happen.
Dominating gymnastics after coming back after so long of sitting out of gymnastics. So like we have to begin to kind of recognize these sports. It's not being talked about. Like Simone Biles is now been recognized as one of the greatest gymnasts to ever do it, and you don't hear about it. Like people aren't really talking about it. It's not really on ESPN like that. Like, so, recognize sports, man. I think it's big, man, especially with everything going on in the world. I think we need some more positive. So, would you go ahead?
Well, I will say this. I will say to your sports thing, I'm going to say WNBA, you get a red flag for the marketing this season again. Red flag on the marketing, but
you can't blame.
Wait. But you get a green flag for the marketing of the WNBA finals. Now, once again, I'm never gonna front, right? Where it's kind of like, I think I maybe watched maybe like one or two WNBA games where it's kind of like, I would say they started off the season in the WNBA, I believe, in my opinion, with good storylines or like, getting people engaged. But I really feel like they really did a better job with the WNBA finals. So like I'm hearing about that from Adam Silver and Stephen A. Smith talking about it. I'm hearing about from different various people where it's almost kind of like with basketball. You'll Devin Booker is fighting with Bad Bunny. You're like, okay. You're hearing about the things about the Aces, or like this person's from I think it's like what Charlamagne was saying, like this person's from Monk's Corner, Carolina, or this is this storyline. You're hearing about the Liberty and things like that. So I would say because I'm not gonna front, I'm WNBA casual. You know how I am about basketball. I feel like that WNBA team will find me, and then I'm like, yeah, all right, that's my team. But I would say it's a W on the marketing for the finals. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it.
But I think the hardship of the WNBA season, one, it's during summer.
Yeah.
So that's the hardship of it, right? They can't do it during the regular year because of why? It has to now compete against basketball, has to compete against football, which it still does in the summer. Well, and baseball. So it's competing against these three major market sports during the year. So it's like they have to find a time, which I think summer is a great time, but I wish their season was longer. And they have more teams, which is something that we're working on.
Expansion.
Portland's getting a team hopefully here soon.
The Bay Area.
Yeah, so there'll be some expansions to the WNBA, which will make their season longer, which will be dope. But it's what goes on during the summer. What do they push during the summer? Summer League, baseball, and
baseball never stops.
And I mean, it's 82 games, so
Jesus Christ.
It's a third of the year.
When are they not playing baseball?
So it's and that's just 82 season game. Or no, wait, it's more than 82 games. I'm tripping. It's 100 and something games. Fact Dragon, can you check that out for me? It's like 100. How many baseball games are in a season? 100 something games, I think. I said 82 is basketball.
I know, yeah. I was like, I was like, we gonna see. I see what you're saying, and I think to the other point that I want to hit to as well, where it's kind of like, I believe his name was the Noah Lance, the track guy who said
Noah
that.
Lyles.
Noah Lyles.
And this year it was freaking track, so they had to compete against that too.
I'll just say this: I agree with you when it comes to that has to get broadcasted just a little bit differently. But I'll just say this: it more or less, we have more sports, and I think, yeah, congrats to all of them. They've done a lot of dope things.
What you playing with no games with?
Man, lots on my mind. You know what I'm playing on games about? Be effing for real. Just be effing for real. I think we live in a society where people just live in fantasies. And there's nothing wrong with living in a fantasy because, it was a dream to even have a show. It's a dream. But, I feel like having a fantasy and reality have to, blend together, in my opinion. And, I feel like a lot of people aren't effing for real because they use a lot of fake narratives to tell their story without authentically just being like, how does my actions affect other people? And I'm not trying to say people have to be perfect. It's just like, all right, you want to do this thing. How do you do it? Or you want to say this to a person. How do you say this? And I feel like we put these narratives out there without really interacting with the environment, being like, oh, are you okay with this? Or I'm doing this for me. And I think a lot of people really aren't doing that because they are afraid of whatever consequences. We're look at it like this. We're it's like someone I have a boundary, right? And my issue or problem is you can't cross this boundary. Where it's kind of like, yeah, I want you to have a boundary, but like the be effing for real part is you're using the boundary as leverage to not talk about the situation. And I feel like a lot of people do that shit. Mm-hmm. And I see this all over when it comes to them with careers, people with family members, people in relationships, what do you call it? It all, where it's kind of like, I think it would be more easier if people would be like, all right, I know, I'm going to be effing for real about my life. So that's what I'm playing about. You guys got to stop. You know, I'm going to help y'all. I'm going to help y'all. Y'all just got to just be effing for real. It's okay.
Yeah. I think that's interesting that you brought that up because it's almost like it does the opposite effect of what you actually are trying to solve with this boundary. It almost like pushes people away, which I think maybe might be the goal of like what you're talking about. And the understanding like realness and just being wholehearted and authentic is important to kind of like keep up with like, I don't know, relationship and then facet of like family members, like you said, a partner or, you know, friendship. Like, just be real, just be authentic. So I think that's important. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know, it's just tough, you know?
Why you say that?
Why
you say it's tough?
It's just tough. It's hard. It's just hard in life just being effing for real.
I don't think so.
I think it is. With the kind of like life we live in, we'll say in the West, and I'll keep it very like generic and baseline. Keeping up with the Joneses.
Mm-hmm.
Be effing for real. You can't do that, and that's okay. But like we force ourselves to be like, I have to be and fit this mold to be like this. So that's what I'm talking about. Be effing for real. Like it's not just a relationship thing. It's just like in general with life.
I had a conversation with somebody. What's today? Wednesday?
Yes.
Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Monday.
Saturday. Monday, Tuesday, happy day. Thursday, Friday, happy day. Sunday.
What a day. And they talked about how the pressures that we put on ourselves are the pressures of what society demands of ourselves as well. And so in order for you to just be you, you have to navigate that pressure, but also you don't need to worry about the outside pressures because you just have to be you. So if that's that authentic self that you're talking about, being real and being true to yourself first, being true and being real to somebody else without any consequences or whatever, it's just another piece.
Yeah. So, you know, I'll tell a story like, or me being like effing for real. I think one thing that, you know, I had to learn from myself, you know, where it's kind of like, should I go high school? No, I shouldn't go high school. I gotta go maybe, where should I go with this? I think stories are important. Be effing for real. I don't do high school. I think I've done high school before. We'll go college. We'll be effing for real, right? So, oh no, I think I told the pizza story here before. I told the pizza story. No, damn. I don't want to go high school. I'm not going to go high school. I've given y'all too much high school material. I got to go like something recent. Okay, be effing for real. All right. I remember this one time. Yeah, I remember this one time I was on a date, right? I'm gonna cut some of the fluff. All right. I remember one time
you in these dates, huh?
I remember one time I was on a date, right?
That's why you got so many date ideas, because you've been on so many dates, huh?
Hey, look at me. You know what I'm saying? Check out the last episode. We was slapping over there. Gal panel. I was on this date, right?
Hold up. You're going to cut out some of the fluff?
Yes.
Shouldn't you be for real? Why don't you keep some of that fluff in if you're being real?
That's funny.
I see a hypocrite.
I like the pin. I think we might be using the pin more often. I was on a date, right? Mm-hmm. And this is the moment where I should have been effing for real with myself. This person says they don't want to have kids. Right? Now, different Cartier, different missions. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there, pound town, looking for the girls who ready for that pound. You know what I'm saying? But here, stay with me, right? Be effing for real part is like, man, this person like, yeah, I've already bought them like 3 drinks and they don't want kids. Why am I still here? You know? Like, I'm wasting my time and I'm wasting that person's time.
How? This is where I have to like disconnect from this.
Okay.
And I think this is what I always tell people. You can't go into any situation with expectations. So if you're going out or whatever, any situation, or you meet somebody cute, whatever the case may be, and you buy them drinks or you dance with them or whatever the case may be, you can't expect that person is going to leave with you or that person is going to date you. You can't expect anything from that person. What you can expect is to be in that moment and understand what you may gain out of that. If that's a thanks for the drink, see you later. What did you learn?
Pain.
Nothing, right? Or you could have learned that maybe you shouldn't go out and offer drinks to everybody. Or maybe you just are looking for a friend, right? In a different situation. Or this person stays and talks to you all night. Okay? Maybe they do want to go home. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just needed somebody to talk to because they was going through something. You can't expect anything. You can't expect anything from anybody. And I think that is where, even when it comes to like our dating world now, is the expectation of things when it comes to other things. Like, because I'm opening my legs for you, you better do this. Or because you buying me this, I got to get that. And we have these expectations on these situations that sometimes aren't going to manifest what you expected. And now people are getting hurt by that. People are not being real like you talking about.
Okay. I'm not going to lie, because I was like, man, I should have been having real to myself and not waste this person's time anymore and be like, we're clearly on different pages. But
at the end of the day, like, what did you learn from that situation? That's the real part of it, right?
Oh, and I learned I shouldn't have been a deviant, and I became a deviant.
So it's those are the things that when we talk about realness is continue to be your authentic self, but you learn through this process of being you.
Yeah. So yes, I'll just say this, for that time that I was, right, and that phase of my life where it's kind of like, if I wanted to do that, right, then, but me not seeing potential in that person, I'm wasting that person's time when they're clearly.
Wow. You expecting something from somebody that's not expecting the same thing.
When literally a person is going on a date for marriage, right? Like, oh, you want to get married? I want to get married. Oh, do you see yourself getting kids? Oh, actually, I don't.
Oh, this was a date.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
You didn't say that.
Yes, I fucking did.
You didn't. But it's all right. It's all right.
Fact
Dragon is saying.
Dragon.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Okay.
You said you're getting drinks.
You alluded to going out to like a club
my
or
bad,
something
my bad.
buying her drinks, and then you expected her to lay down for the drinks.
He said buying drinks.
You said buying drinks.
No.
Yeah.
I said buying drinks.
You bought her a drink.
Yeah, you let it off like, oh, I bought her drinks, so she's got to lay for me. Like,
I didn't fucking say. Roll the fucking tape back. What the fuck? I did not say that.
100%.
100%.
Bro, you said buying drinks.
Buying drinks. You go on. I'm describing the date.
You didn't say a date.
I swear to God, I said.
You didn't say date.
You didn't say a date, bro.
Without that bit of info. Was that
Okay, now cause I was fucking confused. I was like, what? I was like, how did we get here?
Because you did say date. I thought you just meant out. You were out messing.
No.
And
That's funny. Okay, that's funny. I think I'm gonna keep that shit. That shit is funny. Yes, I'm talking about date. I'm talking about I was like on a date a while ago. That's interesting. That's funny. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. If you're meeting someone at the bar.
But even did.
No, nigga. I mean, nah. I disagree. I still disagree.
So I've been on multiple dates with one person, right? Now we're at the bar, we're getting drinks, getting food, whatever the case may be. We chilling, we talk about things that we want in our life and what we're going for, why we in a dating field. Oh yeah, I want kids. Oh yeah, no, I don't want kids. All right, well, bye.
Okay, finish the date, but it's
But my thing is it, in all realness, out of that situation, they could still be someone that you connect with. They can still be someone down the line that may impact you in a positive manner for something.
but not in the way that you're wanting. That's the being the effing for real part.
So
they could be a friend, they could be that, but if you know you want to have kids, this person's like, nah, not gonna, nothing coming out of this hooter hotter.
yeah, I think okay. That's a real thing. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. What's Lisa's? You know who really needs to be effing for real?
Who?
All y'all haters. Y'all hating on my boy Drake, the boy.
Here we go, Mr. Copyright himself.
Oh, beat it. We about to beat it. This is gonna be really quick.
Mr. Copyright himself.
We got all the dogs. We got a real dog here in the building today because we got this one's for all the dogs. Did you listen to the For All the Dogs Drake album?
No, I did not listen to the copyright.
Because you a hater.
All the dogs album.
Okay.
He takes everybody's beats and makes.
He takes everybody's beats. The boy.
Yes, he does.
Canada's.
When you look at a lot of his major songs and beat check them, a lot of them come from like other people's music, which everybody does. I get it. But a lot of times you don't change the lyrics. A lot of times you don't. I mean, go back to it. You could do your research, partner.
No, do your research.
I do my research.
Do your research.
That's why I'm bringing this up. Don't get me wrong. Drake is cool. His music is good. I respect it. He's always going to be popular. He's a part of one of the biggest labels in the world. Like, he will always be popular. He is Mr. Six himself. But at the end of the day, sometimes I feel like the work that he does is lazy.
Wow.
And when it comes to like, you talk about real hip hop music and you talk about grassroots and you talk about the work that people put in, like, you know, and he always wants to talk about himself as one of the greats. When you look at his mentor, Lil Wayne don't write shit. All his is freestyle. Right? And in that same sense, right? He's not copywriting. Because if he's freestyling it.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. Freestyle it. I'm just getting this on record for the blasphemy.
It's not blasphemy. It's on record already. We're recording this.
I'll just say this. Because I have to get this on record. Because one of these days, I'll meet you, Drake. You the GOAT. I'll just say this. I disagree vehemently with what the fuck you talking about. That is just some hater shit. Because if Kendrick, let's look at it like this. Kendrick and Cole, they don't put out as much music, right? So my thing is, he puts out something at least once a year, twice a year, if we're on a good day. So my thing is, for an artist to keep up, and you gotta admit, his his fan base has grown. It's not just hip hop; it's so many other things.
I'm sorry, guys. So it was from a song I guess released last year, Calling My Name. Apparently, he sent an email to. I'm gonna butcher this, but Oberfauer, the person that he took the music from.
Allegedly, Drake.
And so he sent a email requesting permission to use that sample in that song days before the track was released. Oberfauer never responded before the track was actually released.
And where you getting that? Where are you getting that news from, there, pal?
Well, that's Music Business Worldwide, but there's also stuff from Mixmag, Daily Mail, which Billboard.
He's done his whole career, man. He's literally done it his whole career.
Anywho,
that was some of Drake's most popular music. Was his mixtapes. And think about his mixtapes. They were all beats that had already been songs.
From a guy who's not listened to the album and carries this much hate on his back.
I don't hate Drake.
He is about to overtake Michael Jackson.
Great. Phenomenal.
In the Billboard Top
that's
100. He's tied MJ, the GOAT, to be, and he's on his way to be a double GOAT. I'll just say this. I think the Drake album is solid. He gives you classic Drake. He gives you rapping Drake. I feel like, what more do you all want from him? Like, y'all want all these things, but like when you talk about definition of a superstar, talk about Drake. I don't know about the concerts. Allegedly to all this fucking bullshit about fucking stealing music, and I know he stole Halle Berry, but that's a different story. But I disagree.
You know, I'm always gonna give kudos where kudos is. Right? If you're gonna surpass Mike in what you do,
Thank you.
Right, I'm gonna give him this kudos. But
Beat it.
to me, there's an asterisk to it. Like,
Oh.
at the end of the day, like, put out real music. Put out your own. Copyright.
I have no more to say. OVO, green light.
What's up with it? OVO, we out. And it's crazy because I met Drake DJ in Toronto. I did. One of them.
All right, go
Shout out to Matthew Romeo. What should we talk about?
You got a topic?
Which one was that? Oh, good old Portland back in the news. So that's ESPN, by the way.
Local Portland.
So Portland lately has been under a lot of chaos, from break-ins to robberies to shootings, stuff like that, drugs in the streets. And slowly but surely, we're back into the apocalypse time because local businesses and major businesses are now leaving Portland. But they're staying in other areas like Clackamas and Gresham and Tiger, Tualatin, and some of these other places, and Milwaukee. So it's like, it's very interesting. Like, Target is now on its way out of Portland. So that's the Target off Powell, Target downtown, all the Targets, they're closing their doors on Portland. And
No, they're not.
yes, they are.
Fact check that.
All the Targets in Portland are closing. Walmart already did. Albertsons already did. Now it's the Target. And I wouldn't be surprised if another major market company begins to leave Portland. Nordstrom's I think is on their way out too. So yeah, it's crazy. Like, and these are stores that are like some of the backbone of Portland. Like, they're like some of the backbone of Portland.
No, Target ain't leaving without. No, Target is not leaving out without some stores here.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
They're
they
not
are.
They're leaving Portland. They're not leaving like Tiger, Tualatin, Beaverton, stuff like that.
No, AJ is absolutely correct. So this is per opb.org. which, fairly reputable. Might want to check them out, Rob. They're pretty good. So they're closing 9 stores in 4 states, including Portland, 1 in New York, 3 in San Francisco, citing theft and organized retail crime have threatened the safety of its workers. Downtown Portland Galleria's location will close, along with Northeast Portland's Hollywood store and Southeast Portland's Powell Boulevard location. October 21st is the close date.
So they've been doing, actually shout out to those that shop at Target. They're doing a 50% off until closing. So everything in their store is 50% off. Yeah, so if you shop at Target, you might want to go get your stuff now. Yeah, told you.
Man,
You heard it first.
Man, I told you I was on target with this shit, bro. It's crazy out here. Man, yeah.
It's my thing that people don't understand is COVID. After COVID, people wanted Portland to go back to being Portland. I think the worst thing, and now they're actually pushing to try and re-legalize open air drugs on the street. So after they made it legal, they're trying to push to make it illegal. Now again, because of a lot of the consequences that is created in the city of Portland. But I think it goes back to when we had the episode of Pounds and we're talking about, houselessness, and we're talking about this, and even with Bay, elect candidate Bay, and he talked about this $7 million budget that they've had for houselessness just sitting there. And it's like we keep taking money and putting it into nothing, which is now affecting the actual money that's in Portland. And so now the city of Portland is going to become an apocalypse again, to where there's going to be no buildings downtown. People are closing, literally local shops are closing their doors because of crime and theft and all of these things in Portland.
I'm going to tell you how we can save the city.
How can we save the city, Batman?
I learned this from Pounce. Okay? I was at both those interviews.
Absolutely.
I was there. You saw me. I was there. I think I know what we need to do.
What we need to do, Batman?
We need to find whoever runs and is the kingpin of the houselessness, because they control who's doing the drugs. They know. We got to find the leader of that community. Now, he's tough.
Hey, it's the government. It's local government. It's local government. You got to think about it. In the state of Oregon, we are a reactionary state. We're not a...
I agree with that.
Salt
them roads.
We're not a progressive state into the sense of like making sure something doesn't happen. What is that called? Active. What is it? Is it active?
Keep trying. You're almost there.
Active?
Just a little bit. Keep going. Just
what is it? I can't even think of the name.
Precautionary.
Hey! So instead of helping people so they don't become homeless, or helping people houseless, helping people so that they can get off of drugs or be in an environment to where it doesn't affect the city itself, we wait until they end up in the street. Then we try and get them something. We wait until they are strung out. Then we try and help them do something. And it's like, why can't we be proactive in this cycle? So
you're being so serious, and I'm trying to be fun.
I know.
And it's so fun. I'm just trying to be fun. Well, what happens is the kingpin of houselessness gets another citizen, and we have to find them. They control the drugs.
They do.
They plan out.
It's the government.
No, like you gotta look. They're like, all right, this houseless person is gonna be here, and here today.
Bro, they be making bread, fam.
Well, there, yes, you're going there with me. Yes,
bro. Them people on the corner, They make real houseless people. Hey, bro, they
You remember John Wick?
they the mob, bro.
You remember John Wick? Wait a second. We just figured it out. You saw John Wick, right? What was the houseless people doing? They had
Man.
bullets.
Yep.
They was like, you want what's in this buggy?
They the mob, bro. They
Yeah. See, I do. I get you. I do. But I do want to be a tad bit serious with you. Yeah. It was just interesting. I was walking downtown maybe like a week ago, on an adventure, and I was walking from the Rich Carl in the new hotel, and bro, there's 5 blocks of just
zombie apocalypse, bro.
Real. It was just different, where I was kind of oh, I thought this was gonna be a slow evening, and I'm not gonna run into things or run into people, and I'm not gonna lie, I was you know how white women grab their pearls? I was oh. And for the people who are watching, oh, Rob, these are people. They weren't acting like people. I saw foaming out the mouth, and I heard dialect that I didn't hear. Maybe is alien speak. They're like Tasmanian devil shit. So it's unfortunate. Damn, 21st? Shit, I gotta go to Target this week. Fuck.
Yeah,
we gotta do a podcast in the Target.
Man, absolutely.
Quickly, it sounds like Dick's might be making a similar move.
Dick's.
I'm telling you, all the major companies are leaving because of the loss of money. People don't even you could go and steal. They're not gonna chase you down. Nothing. I'm not saying do it. Please don't. You don't create more problems for our city. Please don't do that. I'm not condoning any stealing or violence. I don't do that. I don't. But also I've noticed you go into a Safeway at Fred Meyer's. I went into Home Depot the other day. Man, they got armed guards standing there, ready to go, armed, military armed.
Since we're being more serious, let's let me be for real. A lot of the things that they're taking, in my opinion, and there's an article on it, fact tracking. You can double check me on this one too as well. Is I read maybe a month ago, the stealing is giving stores opportunities to lie about inventory that's already been broken, and saying that it's actually because of all of the stealing when it's really not, to up the prices and stuff. So when I read that shit, I was like, damn, they fucking genius. So you steal some can of beans and a couple Wii's, right? Or Nintendo Switches, and then they be like, dang, man, they just keep stealing stuff. Well, now the beans is $7. So yes, it's people, but it's also like you were saying, the government is actually the corporations as well, where it's kind of yeah, we have to condone the stealing that's going on, but we also have to condone that corporations are seeing this as a lucrative opportunity for. Oh, this is why Fruit Loops are $10 a box. Be effing for real,
Man, that's real.
See, I can be serious too.
And I also think it comes back to go ahead.
No, so I actually thought that Rob was messing around here, but CNBC's got an article about how they're using theft to basically kind of cover up issues behind closed doors, whether it's employee theft, issues with self-checkout lines, or just in general inventory issues.
Wow, that was lying. That is amazing.
It's but I think this is where that corruption piece comes into, because now we're creating this vicious cycle of we're continuing this gap, right? So now that you always talk about that the middle class is the one that gets affected by it every time.
Middle class dating, middle class expectations, all of it.
But think about it, right? If you shop at Target regularly, and so you shop at Target regularly, and I'm upper class, I got the money to do it, whatever the case may be, whatever. Price goes up $2-3, not a big deal, right? But if I'm middle class and that price goes up $2-3, man, that's my pocket, bro. Like, that's going to hit me a little bit harder. And it might be the lower class or someone or whoever is stealing, quote unquote. It could be the company itself stealing from the company, quote unquote, just to make prices go up.
Wait, another random funny theory. Y'all know how they have those people disguises? Oh, all right, Johnson, you're going to come in and you're going to pretend to be a regular person, just rob the place. Are you sure? Do you want a job? Just come in and rack up the place.
Just quickly, to AJ's point, it's worth pointing out that the census has done several studies that theft actually goes up when slower class people are unable to afford basically necessary things such as toothpaste, toilet paper, anything like that. So as prices go up $2, $3, they're not able to buy that. Theft in turn turns up.
Mm-hmm.
Which now I think has created what we have in Portland, to where all the major stores are going to have to close because people aren't buying stuff. They're stealing it. And so now there's no revenue.
Ooh, they stealing.
They're stealing.
Well, you know, I actually do want to talk about one criminal that's actually the biggest thief of them all. Stealing a man's dignity.
Oh, my gosh.
We call her the Juggernaut.
The Juggernaut.
We call her
sure.
the ball head wonder. We call her Wonder Ball. There we go.
Wonder Ball.
You don't know what you're gonna get.
That's crazy.
You remember that? You remember that 90s? What's in a Wonder Ball? I always wanted that. My mom was like, no. Did you ever eat a Wonder Ball?
I've not eaten a Wonder Ball.
It's chocolate
With stuff in it.
Ingenious. But the Wonder Ball that we're talking about,
It's the one and only.
the one and only. I want that real love. That dark skin, light skin, and Viv. That Jada and Will love.
Mm-hmm.
You want Jada and Will love?
Now? Because they ain't been together for what, 6 years, she said? Something like that?
Damn. Like, just think, waking up on a road Tuesday being like, damn, you know, got my millions. And then you just wake up and be like, yeah, I don't know why he slapped Chris Rock. That makes no sense to me.
She's like the epitome of just like
She's the ruler of the Portland houselessness. She wants Will's house.
oh my gosh.
Her career's so down bad, she's willing to destroy a man.
But she's that woman that like we always talk about that like really ruins people, right? Like you have good men that get ruined from women like her. Like it's not that like he's down bad, like he's down bad and you're like throwing dirt on top of him. Like making the situation 10 times worse. And it's like you're the type of woman that just needs to be slapped, like just like slapped by another woman. Like please, like can someone in the community of females like slap her, yo? Cause like don't get me wrong, you know, Will has probably done some stuff, to hinder a relationship. So has Jada. But at the end of the day, it's like, if that relationship is over and it's been over, why are you still smashing his name into the dirt? And why are you still smashing his image into the dirt? You know?
Because when you are a banshee, you feed off the soul and misery of a person, and Will Smith has so much. And she's like, man, I found this sucker. I'll just say this. I think it's very, and here's why I believe Will hasn't moved on from Jada. We gotta look at it like this.
Mm.
We gotta put our thinking caps on, like we did with the Portland thing, right? Will, if he divorces her, do you know how much alimony he would have to give her?
Whew.
Do you really think this man has? We talking about Will, story time. We talking about Will, who was so delusional. He was like, man, this girl didn't like me, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna become a super movie star. What girl's not gonna like a movie star, right? He worked so hard to get to where he was at. Do you really think he wants to give all that money to her? Absolutely not.
I remember what I wanted to talk about too. But yes, I don't. It's tough, man. Because it's like, he's the guy that you talk to all the time. That like, nigga, get out of it. Get out. Like,
It's like Get Out.
bro,
Get Out Part 2 with Will.
for real. Like,
We gotta get a camera on him. We gotta get a camera on Will.
but no, like, it. You feel bad, yo. Like, it sucks.
Like, we gotta take another step back too with this as well. We gotta think about it as well, where I don't think people have an issue with Jada talking about her story, talking about the alopecia, talking about how she pretty much really is trying to conjure the spirit of Tupac back, saying all these things.
You got to talk about the love triangle piece too. You got to talk about everything.
That's not the issue. The issue is how she's talking about it.
Yeah.
It's the delivery of what's going on. We're like, yeah, I want you to sell your book. I want you to do that stuff, but do you have to take down
your partner,
your
old partner?
Or it's like the information we didn't really ask for. Like, we woke up and she was like, well, yeah, me and Will have been divorced for like 10 years. So what was the fucking red table talk where you had that man strung up like a straw man being like, bad marriage for life? Man, damn. So it's almost kind of like, and I'll leave it on this part. It's almost kind of like we kind of talk about, yeah, y'all divorced or however y'all doing it or not doing it, however they want to explain it, right? But like, do you really got to go for your son's friend? You can have almost any man in the world. Really? That person who was on drugs and delusional?
I'm sorry. It's actually kind of worth pointing out that in 2021, it came out that Will Smith actually paid previously for his dad's child support payments for himself. His dad had outstanding debt for child support payments on Will Smith that Will Smith paid off so that his dad wouldn't go to jail.
Why was that never news? Why can't Jada be like, dang?
That to me goes back to like, I feel bad for Will, like in a sense of like, there's something not right with himself, but now it makes sense to me. I'll finish with this. It rubs off to his children and why they are the way they are.
How they are.
I don't know how they describe themselves. They describe themselves as like
aliens,
basically, and how they live and just how they interact with other people and their relationships kind of status. And
you know they're half Jada, right?
Yeah, crazy.
They got some conjuring in there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel bad for them because they have a man who seems broken. A man who seems broken and a woman who seems manipulative.
I ain't gonna say Will's broken.
I do.
I ain't gonna say that. It's almost kind of like when people talk about not conforming. It's called submitting.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's ever submitted though.
No. Let me finish. I think he's a man that had a plan for his family, And he didn't. I don't want to make this a man versus woman thing. He didn't have a partner that really ever gave him submission of like, all right, this is what I want to do for us. Because I feel like he did a lot of that for her to accommodate for her, right? Like as you heard with their dad, where it's kind of like, I was having this conversation about like how men want to protect and they'll put themselves last before their before their family. Wherein that is like a male ego type of a thing.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I feel like being like, I'm pretty sure Will probably said these things and she was like, I'm not with that. Even though going back to what we were originally talking about, people having boundaries, right? Where you can have a boundary, not a problem, but it goes back to like, is your boundary so sacred? Will you compromise someone's comfort? And meaning, right? And because I don't want people to get this confused where it's kind of like the comfort we're talking about is like, all right, I want to at least just have some peace of mind. Like, I understand that that's what you want to do. Can we alter that just a little bit? And I feel like people conflate that by saying like, you're trying to put restrictions on me rather than I feel uncomfortable about this. It's not saying I don't want you to do this, but how can we do this in a way where I'm still probably going to feel uncomfortable, but like it's more comfortable where it's just a mixture. And I feel like she never gave that to that person. But when she talks about Tupac and like, look here, I need you to do, what do you call it? Hail Mary, 4th down. She would have fucking did like, do you see how she talks about Tupac? Where Tupac would have said this, and it could have been, I need you to put $1 million in crypto. Okay, anything for you. We got alopecia together. But Will, it's just, I don't know. We'll see. You see what I'm saying? It's just, that's what I mean. Where it's kind of like, I see what you're saying with broken, but it's just different. Where like I say more exhausted. It's a battle every time.
Interesting. Speaking of battles, he battled for his life, came back, and now he's everywhere.
Oh shit! This is a dope intro. Oh.
Everywhere. New movie here, new movie there, new show here, new show there.
Michael B?
No. The one with the brilliant voice. Jamie Foxx.
Oh.
Jamie Foxx had this life scare.
Okay.
Right? He comes back and he's bigger than life itself. He's everywhere. He just came out with like two new movies.
Stray Dogs and something else.
And then he has another movie that's coming out. It's on Amazon Prime, where he's a lawyer for a white dude. And it's like, where was all this before that, right? And to me, I think we've talked about it previously before. It's almost like I feel that there's some skepticism when it comes to
skepticism.
Skepticism.
I want you to know it sounds like you're saying exorcism, and I was like, it's spooky.
No, skepticism. It's sketchy.
Oh, okay. You're making a word up. I was like, damn. I was like,
skepticism. Hollywood is skepticism. Like it's sketchy, yo. Like 1 minute he's almost dead on life alert, can't move. Comes back, he's in a parade, and now has 3 movies out.
It's his clone.
And my thing is, it's like, that doesn't make sense to me. Because no one bounces back that fast. Just like they talk about people selling their soul to the devil when it comes to Hollywood, right?
Oh, hell no.
So, DC Young Fly, right? His wife passes away. Now...
Don't put this on this podcast.
Now.
Don't put this on this podcast. Hell nah.
He's like astronomically more famous.
Stop it.
So like I'm not
Fact track, get some holy water. We gotta spray this fucking area. Don't you be conjuring fucking demons in this fucking
I'm not
studio.
conjuring no demons. I'm not trying to say anything but anything.
You know why? Oh, okay. Finish your point.
But but we have to begin to look a little different.
Oh my God. I said God because God needs to bless these mics. So 2 things. 1, Fact Dragon, get the holy water. 2, Fact Dragon, I need you to look up Jamie Foxx because I feel like he had a lot of stuff he was working on before he got sick, and it's now coming out because he's healthy. So there's that because he was working on stuff. And number 3, it makes sense that DC Young Fly's career is going up because when people died, just like when Pop Smoke died and all the people died, streaming went up. So what are people fascinated with? Death. And DC Young Fly, if you ever see this, you're a great guy.
Absolutely. I'm not.
No, but stop. I'm blessing this show again. I feel like there are very rational, reasonable ways to explain this.
There are. So there's actually 4 movies that came out. They cloned Tyrone, God is a Bullet, Strays, and The Burial. All of them filmed and concluded filming in 2021.
There we go.
Except for God is a Bullet, which concluded in 2022 in spring before he was in the hospital.
Bon Kai.
Sorry, took a bit because I had to check all the filming dates on these. So
That's crazy to me.
It made the most sense. So why? It's almost kind of like it's why am I gonna put out movies of a dying man?
But think of you see,
yeah.
So think about it's so for example, when people go on tour, what do? Before they go on tour, what do?
Conjure Beelzebub.
So Beyonce, she goes on tour. What does she do before she goes on tour? She finishes her album, goes on tour, then she drops her album.
Sure.
Right?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
They usually go on tour to help promote their album, right?
Yeah.
Or right before she goes on tour, she drops the album so that people come buy the album when she's on tour.
Yeah.
Or know more about the album or whatever the case may be, right? That's what most musicians do. This, to me, feels the same way. Weird.
Okay, so about artists and concerts and albums, they generally albums are tied up with the record labels, and a lot of money goes towards that. A lot of artists get most of their money from either merchandise or concerts, so they release the album right before to basically
make their money back.
Yeah, during the concert. Yeah. Or after,
So, yeah, I think there's rational ways to explain a lot of the things. So, DC Young Fly, how he's handled the death because Jackie O, respectfully, RIP, died unfortunate way. And my thing is, I feel like he's been handling it, and he's lost other family members recently this year. So, it's kind of like with death comes a lot more like thoughts and prayers. So, like, yes, he's going to get more support. Yes, he's going to get more money. Okay. I'm not. That's all I gotta say about that. You ain't about to fuck up this podcast.
That's nothing.
Nah.
Go ahead. What's the last topic?
I think keeping it simple. The last topic is very quick, very simple. Is we're at an hour. Really quick. Going back to, I don't know if you saw that Cheesecake Factory date. No? Then I'll save it. I'll save it for another time.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
No, it's just something you have to watch the viral video.
Who?
Of like a person who went on a date and the lady wouldn't get out the car because she's like, "Ooh, I don't want to eat that cheesecake." And I was like, "Why is Cheesecake Factory catching a stray?" We're like, "Why is Cheesecake Factory not a great date spot?" I was like, "Damn, now Cheesecake Factory ain't good." I was like, "That's out of control."
Oh my gosh!
But I think I'll talk about it later on a later show.
Oh my!
I want you to see. I think I'll do it for our guest. I'll do it for our guest next week. Do you want to watch it right now? Cut it out.
I can.
It's 5 minutes. No, we'll save it. We'll save it.
They see. Oh my god. I
So
I can't even finish that shit. It's gonna get on my nerves. It's gonna get on my nerves.
3, 2, 1. So we'll end really quickly on this.
So fucking irritating.
I just want to say this and have this on camera because, Cheesecake Factory, y'all need a sponsor. Y'all just caught some random strays for no reason this week. I don't know if y'all saw the video. It will hopefully be here as it's playing and as we're talking. I'm using some of the footage, and Robert, we're going to cut back into it right now. As you guys just saw, Cheesecake Factory. I still think Cheesecake Factory is a great place to go on a date. Why is Cheesecake Factory such? Drake has a line. Why we gotta fight at cheesecake? I love to go there.
Oh my
What would you do, AJ, if you were on a date like that?
I'd be like, I need you to get out the car, find your way home. I'm about to go eat.
To the left, to the left.
I'm about to go eat. I made a reservation to go eat. I'm about to go eat.
You know she was late too, right?
So my biggest thing is it's like there's no more appreciation for effort anymore.
Not at all.
Like effort has to be Ruth Chris or it's not effort. And it's like
Or King of Diamonds.
or like, and I was just talking to somebody about this today. It's like, why does people putting in effort have to be 5 stars or better for you to appreciate a date and a first date at that? I don't know you. I'm getting to know you.
So, do you think ice cream dates are cheap?
Here we go with this.
Be effing for real, man.
So I think it's kind of like how y'all talked about it on the relationship dynamics. It is an initial. I wouldn't call it a date. It's a meeting. Like it is like that. Can you make it a date? Absolutely. Dinner and ice cream.
Oh, fuck out of here. I'm not doing that. If I'm summoning you from your regular scheduled day, it's a fucking date. No, I'm not doing it.
Walk in the park with ice cream.
That's a date.
That's a date.
That's a date to me.
So if you get ice cream at a fast food place, that's a date too.
Yeah.
If you driving in your car, hey, let's get some ice cream.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna say this right now because we got fucking Moneybag Yo over there. Look here.
No.
Look here. Yo, common folk gotta be able to go out with each other too.
I'm not saying you can't make it a date. Like I think you talked about how when you create the experience, when you create it as an experience, so it's like let's go get ice cream and go walk around. What's it called? Park. I think that becomes more. It becomes more of ice cream is subtle too. It's something else on top of what it is, right? Like now we can go have a conversation, get out. We can be out and about. We can be in a public space. We can go, and we don't have to look nice. We don't have to be dressed up fancy, but it can be categorized like it could be a little bit of a like nice time.
Be effing for real.
I am being real.
I'll say this. I'm gonna keep saying what I'm saying. That man got better patience than me. I would have been like, all right, I got this reservation for you, but I'm gonna need you to click. I'm gonna need you to stand right there. Now, shut the door. And gas, brake, dip.
Oh, I would have went 8.
Gas, brake, dip.
I would have went 8. Like I said, I would like, you took my keys, got out the car. You ain't getting out. All right, cool. I'm going inside. I made reservations. I'm gonna go eat.
If we're living in a generation full of delusion.
Absolutely. People
loving somebody should be free.
Want the 5-star dinner on a yacht for a first date.
Hey, I'm Cartier Bob, and I don't know nothing Cartier.
So,
well,
I feel you. I respect that. It's crazy. It's the dating world is crazy. I'm trying to get out of it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, with that being said, if you like what we're doing, I'm not gonna lie, banger of an episode. So many clippable things in this one.
If you like what we're doing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications. All that's free. All that's free, man. Help change the platform a little bit. If you want to donate to $hero
Bob,
so that we can get paid and make this a much better experience. This has been the smooth sounds of Arthur Dixon,
Cartier Bob,
and we are the Play No Game podcast. And we out. Peace.
Probably wondering if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. Shit, I think they call them groupies now.